Is it good?
Yo, Joe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I can see everything.
Perfect. All right. I'm gonna send the link to the group here.
All right, sounds good, man. Sounds good. So you're good for today, the 9:30 call?
Yeah. Is it
No,
recording?
not 8:30. 8:30.
I,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
recording because I got a notification.
you can see that,
Yeah, yeah,
like the video, like this is filmed, so we can get content.
yeah, 100%.
Okay, but
All right, man. All right, bro. Stage is yours, man.
all
All
right.
you, my guy. You get to admit people too, you know? Like when somebody wants to join, like it's like, all right, bro.
Okay. See
Okay,
ya.
see you, man.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Turn this shit louder, bro.
Should I wait for more people, or you think we got enough? It's up to you guys.
I think maybe.
I can get started, and then yeah, I can always backtrack.
I mean, it's all recorded anyway, no?
Yeah, it's all recorded, so
Got up.
yeah. All right, yeah. So today we're going over like how to negotiate and like kind of just like tell if like a card is worth grading or not. Kind of just go through that and like the buying process of that. So yeah. So yeah, first off here, we got negotiation tactics. Always ask for front and back clear as possible pictures. Kind of like this is an example on the right hand side here. Kind of can see like Kale McCarr Future Watch Auto.
Mm.
Clear front and back, and then like yeah, just like kind of look for anything that you could notice on a photo, then obviously stay away. I mean, sometimes you can miss little things and then you'll get the card, but just try and see if you can see anything that's surface related, anything like that. But also just make sure you know the buyer who you are like buying from, because there is obviously other graders out there who are going to sell you cards that aren't mint. It's a well kind of known thing, I guess. But yeah. Um, Another thing when you're like wanting to buy something to grade, kind of just like if it's a good deal, it's called a plant of seed of doubt. That's what Zeph calls it. It's almost like you're not scared to like walk away, and it just kind of like will the seller will just be like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like this guy doesn't want the card, like, or just say something like, I don't know, what's a good example? Uh, like, oh, I could only do 215, and then he's like 225 me in the middle, and you just say no. It's just like kind of just gives the seller like, oh, I got maybe I should sell it to this guy, but that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, just kind of follows with don't be scared to walk away. And then there's also you'll find in these communities there is like collectors who will ask for like insane prices because they just like the guy or like the card, and it's just kind of crazy sometimes. So stay away from those guys, even though it could be a good card. It's not worth it paying triple comps. So yeah. Any questions on that slide?
No, it's all good.
Yeah, so this is like basically just how to know if it could be a 10. So it doesn't have to be perfect, the card. I mean, obviously it would help if it is, but me and Zeph have both had tons of experience where like we submit like lots of cards and then purposely kind of try a one with like a little white corner or something to see if it, PSA would notice or like let it slide. And there's been multiple times where there's like two flaws that, would make it a 9 that they just let slide and make a 10. So you can, there's like, I guess Seth, he told me the way he puts it is if there's two flaws or more, probably don't grade. But if it's like one flaw and one maybe a little minor, then you could probably grade and it could still get a 10. So it doesn't have to be perfect, is what we're just basically saying. Obviously, send it to us and we can try and see what we think as well. But yeah. And then another good example, there's a lot of Cold Coffee gun guns I bought. I probably bought like 10, and then I also bought PSA 9s and I cracked them and sent them all back, and I got eight PSA 10s out of 10 that I submitted, and some, I think 4 of them were 9s. So yeah, you just PSA's kind of, it can go either way sometimes. So that's a good way to make money if you think you see a PSA 9, that's good. But yeah. Here's the next one here. Yeah, so you can kind of see there's an edge problem with this Bedard top, and then there's a front picture. I don't know where it was, but there was an edge problem with it, like kind of right there, and it still got a PSA 10. So that's kind of what me and Zeph are talking about. Like there is some cards that will still gem with minor, like I guess, flaws. So yeah. Any questions on that?
No.
All good. All right. Yeah, just another example here on of what I did was there's other grading companies, of course, and I saw this one at a car show. It was a KSA 10. So the guy was asking, I believe, $1,800. I ended up negotiating down to like, I think it was like $1,550. So obviously I'm paying a little above raw comps, but it looked very good, and cracked it, sent it to PSA 10. Those obviously go for double the price. So if you ever see other grading companies that aren't as good as PSA or even Beckett, you can always crack them and go to PSA and make money that way as well. So just an example to show you guys. And then, yeah, just any questions about grading stuff. I'll answer anything, or I can talk more about some things that you guys would also like to hear. But yeah, just let me know. I can go more in depth with like the cards too. So
Like minor flaws, like what would that kind of like include? Like I know, like so when I'm looking at a card, I basically just look for the corners. And then
Yeah.
after that, like I do obviously like a scan of just like all around the card to see if there's any like white chip marks or anything. But,
Yeah.
like, so would you say like if there's like a small like whiting on like just the side, still wouldn't be that bad?
Yeah. So I guess minor flaws. If you can look, there's like lighting that you can put on the card to see the surface, and sometimes there'll be like little indents. So that's considered
Mm.
a minor flaw. And then like also, yeah, like you said, like if there's little chipping on the edges, depends how severe, but obviously if it's very little, then yeah, they'll let that slide as well. So those are just kind of minor flaws, I guess, to look for. And then obviously the major ones would be like a very noticeable white corner, stuff like that. It's just like stay away from, obviously. But yeah,
Yeah. So if you say I see like a card that's only got like it looks pretty good,
yeah,
but like say there's like one little white edge and I get it for a good deal, you think I just get it anyway?
yeah. Like that's kind of what, because another thing that would help you if you have multiple of the same card and you send one before like that's not as good, and then there's another like three that are mint. It basically kind of like the grader, this is like kind of like, I guess psychology, will think like, oh, this card's probably a nine, and then it looks at the other ones and it was like, okay, these are a lot better. So you're more likely to get tens. And me and Zeph have done like so many submissions where we've seen this happen over time. So worst case, it's almost like you're investing to get more tens, if that makes sense.
So like say like in like one shipment, like say you've got five of the same card, you send in
Yeah.
one that say, okay, this will probably be a nine, but you'll send that in so all the other ones can get tens.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, like, obviously, it's not going to be guaranteed that all the
No.
refs get tens, but it helps. So, yeah, that's just something to, I guess, think about too. Um,
And one more thing,
yeah.
like when you're buying raw cards, like what do you look to like how much percent do you look to pay for them? Like 80 to 100 or like what kind of like margin do you look for? Or does it depend
For
on
raw
that?
cards that to
Yeah.
grade. Yeah, so I've honestly sometimes when I really like the card, I'll actually pay over comps, and I'm sure Zeph does that a lot too. That's if like you kind of, that's almost if you see it in person or have really good pictures, but that's pretty
Yeah.
rare. Um, if I'm just buying to like in like say I'm buying like five cards and I'm taking like a risk on like maybe three might not be great or two, then it's
Yeah.
just like I'd probably look for like 80% comps on those,
Yeah.
just so you can make money if they aren't gradable, obviously. But yeah.
So if you like say you got like say you're going for like send and you got 60 cards, you're looking at them and like say there's like 15 of them you don't think you should send them to grade, you just sell them back raw and just break even kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do. Or if there's some that are questionable, you kind of like that. Those are the ones I'd say you send to me and Zeph because like we can kind of tell because maybe some
Mm-hmm.
might be worth submitting, some might be
Yeah.
submitting, as I talked about. Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of how we'd go about it. But yeah, what else? Do you guys know about like centering on the card? Did I ever talk about that?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of another one, I guess. So, can you see like my mouse tracker?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like something to look at always, and then kind of like right here too, and it kind of dictates, I guess, if the card is well centered. So right here is a good spot, and right here. But I guess a bad example, I wish I had another one, but I don't, would be if it's like more to the right or more to the left. So, oh, sorry. Like, yeah, I guess you can see here. So if it's like over here or over here, like this is like perfect. So you kind of have to look at this and almost see if it like looks
Like
right.
it's too close to the edge or something.
Yeah, I know it's like hard to like give it like a,
Well, you kind of have to have like two cards next to each other.
exactly. Yeah. You can always just look at a picture or something, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
something to keep in mind.
But is that all that really matters on those ones? Because like for like different cards, most of them like have borders and stuff. But like for these, you just look at the number and upper deck logo, and that's really
Like,
all you need.
are you talking about like Young Guns or like what's your question?
Yeah. Just say Young Guns. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess other ones is like Future Watch Autos probably a little different to determine, but
Mm,
for the standard Young Gun, I mean, you kind of just like can look at that
oh,
mostly.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions or things I should cover again or no? Let me know if anything
Oh
comes.
wait, yeah. So one more. Like say like you send in 30 cards.
Yeah.
Um, you say like 20 of them gem, 10 of them PSA 9.
Yeah.
What do you do with the PSA 9 ones?
Yeah. So I guess it depends on the card, obviously. So right now, Celebrini, a PSN9 actually goes for, I think, almost $200. So
You still make profit?
still make profit. Obviously, sell it like a PSN9. But if it's like a Matthews or something, that's more like has been around for a while. What I do, and I did this the last mission. I had a PSA9 Matthews, and I cracked it, and then I just sold it raw because it still looked good. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, you're gonna get a grader who comes along and says, "Oh, I want to buy that," and then we'll overpay. So you're getting more than you would if it was PSA9,
Yeah.
if that makes
Okay.
sense. And I think me and Zeph were talking about too. We'll make you like it's so simple, but when you guys do get your submissions, we'll show you how to crack a card.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty simple. You just get pliers and whatnot, just so you guys don't fuck up the card. But yeah,
No, yeah, probably not.
yeah. So
But
yeah,
okay, wait, one like so say like that strategy, like say because I'm like starting off like buying a little cheaper cards. What would you like kind of do there? Like when you're buying like $25 cards, $30
$25, and then like you got a PSA9. Is it your question?
Yeah, because that's like $60 on the drain. So you kind of have to like make back with the PSA.
Yeah, that one is tough because it's either you kind of just eat the loss. Is sometimes we have to do, unfortunately. But
Hmm.
on a $25 card, there is a lot of people though you will find that prefer like those cards in slabs and will pay like over comps just because they like it in the case.
Yeah,
So if you post them on groups, more likely than not, you will get some buyers that will pay a little over comps and it almost make you break even, I guess, on those
yeah,
cards. Just so, yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one. Like that's why, I mean, $20 to $25 cards can be good because PSA 10s can go for like over $100. But if you get a 9, it could be tricky to like break even there. You kind of have to put
yeah. So I guess it's kind of just like make sure you do a good look at the cards before you send them.
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
But if you get a PSA 9, you don't like just don't crack it and try and sell it for like $10 over comps. Eh?
Uh, yeah, like I said, like if you have a PSA 9, you can auction those for sometimes over comps. Like it just depends on the buyers, right? Like if you have some graders too that me and Zeph can like I guess tell you guys who they are, you could almost just reach out to them and see if they're buying buying those guys too,
Yeah,
and then just crack them. Like there's so many options with that. Like there's not really a right answer, I guess you could say.
yeah. It kind of depends on the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I got.
What else was I gonna say? Let's see. Yeah, so here's like a quick example, I guess I'll show you guys. I was buying a lot off this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this is like the seed of doubt Zeph talks about. 230, and you just say pass, sorry. And I don't know, just say something like just found another one or something like that, right?
Something stupid.
Just to piss them off. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like 220, like see, like it's an easy way to make like $5 in your favor.
Yeah.
Whoops. I think it's okay, there we go. But yeah, like anything like that can always just save you like $10 in a deal. So Yeah.
And what like this is not, like what is razzing, bro? I saw it's like kind of like auctioning. Like how does that work?
Razzing. Okay, so I actually was really into this probably the last January. I was doing it a lot, and it was like my main source of income. I've kind of stayed away from it now and more focused on grading. But basically, the best way to put it is okay. Let's say you have a Patrick Laine PSA 10.
Yeah.
All right. It's $140 comp.
Okay.
And you go in Raz's. Let's just say you could put 10 spots at $15. There's guys that buy those spots to gamble for the card. And then you take home $150. And there's at the end of it, when it closes, it's a randomizer and there's a winner. If that makes sense. Or do you
No, that
even,
makes perfect sense. Yeah.
yeah. So you're basically like, think about it this way. You're like the house at the casino. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you're basically just taking all the money and then giving it to the winner. Like you just profit more that way. It does. There's only like the thing with razzing though. There is only certain cards. Like not every card is gonna just go razz for over comps. You kind of have to see what cards are hot. Like McDavid, Matthews, those always go well.
You kind of got to read it before you send it out. Kind of
Exactly. Yeah, I think you got
like you're not gonna send out some random card because nobody's gonna buy it.
exactly. Yeah.
But like, you think that's not a bad option to do if you?
Oh, it's definitely not a bad option. It just takes time because what I actually had to do was invest like I would go buy like $20 in this guy's Raz, $20 in this guy's Raz, kind of like show that I'm like legit in the community. And I don't really like doing that because it's just like it can be a waste, right? So kind of just had to do that and build your like rep. And then people started to like you, so then they just all buy your Razes, and then it kind of goes from there.
Oh, I see.
I mean, sure, maybe you'll get lucky and just like post one, and then some guys want to go like the card and buy your spots. But if you want to consistently do it, yeah, you do have to, I guess, make a name for yourself in the groups. But yeah. What else was there? But can you guys have you guys ever like seen a K like any other grading company cards on the groups or anything like that? Have you, Kale?
Like on like Facebook?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I see them on eBay. I don't think I've
Yeah,
seen them.
okay. Yeah, so these can be like really good plays because like I don't know,
Yeah.
some people just like don't like PSA
Yeah.
and will grade with like the most and they'll have mint cards and they'll grade with like the most off-brand grading companies that like don't even if it tens it doesn't even like double your card value. So it's like you'll find these guys and like I think Zest bought like a whole submission of just KSA off this guy and like literally like took them all, cracked them, sent to the PSA, and just like tripled his money because it's just like some guys prefer to send to other companies, which is I don't understand, but yeah.
But you're not complaining, kind of.
Exactly. Like the money's out there to get, so
That's what I mean.
it's what they do.
No,
But
that makes sense. So like say those off-brand like tens. Say you send in 10 cards that you got like that were 10 in that. Like how many you think would land for PSA? If you know what I mean there.
so like if you had 10 of these
Yeah.
McDavid,
Say you got 10 of those exact cards. Say.
well, obviously you can look at the cards before and kind of like see them through the case.
Oh
And
yeah.
then if you looked at them, they all look reasonably good. I would say you shouldn't get any less than 8 or 9. Like I'm not even like kidding because
Really.
Zeph's even 9.5s. Like me and Zeph have like done it, and as you can see here, this McDavid 10, like it's actually like a hack. I don't know how
Oh, that's smart.
guys just like don't see it that way, but definitely money to be made there for sure.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And this is like kind of like a like this is kind of like a different question, like, but how did you like scale like when you did this? Like, kind of like how much like money would you like put into it? And this is
Ye-
like maybe it's a
Yeah,
question I know.
I get what you're saying. Um, well, I had a job, I guess, last summer, and then
Yeah.
I think I took probably like 4K after that summer. No, it was like 3 to 4K. I had money prior to that too, whatnot, but like I think I had like 3 to 4K in my bank account. And then I started with like I think $1,000 one submission. It was like a 20 card submission. I bought like kind of lower to mid end cards. And then I did like
Mhm.
really well in that submission. So then that kind of bumped me up and I sold all those cards. And then I think the next submission, I tried to like, I think I had like one Matthews and like a couple other like, I don't know, I can't remember what the cards were at that time because
Yeah.
celebrating out, but it was like mid ends. And then I did a really good on that submission. So then I had almost maybe like another, I think I invested another like 3K almost into this next one because I was like, oh, this is working, you know?
Yeah.
And I got some because I guess the bigger cards you can find, the more money you'll make.
The more profit you gotta make. Yeah.
Exactly. And then that one McDavid, that was actually last, I think I was like November, and I made like $1,500 just by finding that and then grading it PSA 10. So
Really.
kind of scaled through that way with grading, and then I found the Razes too, like late December,
Mm.
and I ended up buying. I could buy like PSA 10s that had already been graded and still make money on those.
Because you're getting them cheaper. Yeah.
Exactly. So
So like, I'm not trying to be like get rich quick kind of thing. Like, this is
no,
like
no.
a genuine question. How long did it take you to get say like 8K a month profit, something like that?
Yeah. So I guess last June is kind of like when I was like finding my way through cards. Seth was still like kind of teaching me.
Yeah.
And then I kind of locked in, I guess, in the summer a little bit and was like just like going to like the card shows with Zeph, kind of like learning about it a lot. And then I guess September I probably made like 3K because I had good submissions. And as soon as I found the Razes with the submissions, that's when I think I ramped up to like 8K. So that was like January, December. Almost.
Really?
I think I had one. Yeah, I had definitely had a month in January with the Razes. I was making 8K for sure. But not every, like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, not every month is going to be like that, right? Because you'll get good
No.
submissions. Things
I
will
bet.
go right, things will go wrong. So, like, I'm not saying as soon as in January, I was making 8K a month. No, it goes down, up, kind of like, but you're going to like slowly go like up in the long
Yeah,
term.
like if you say you might go like 6K to 8K in 1 month, but then you'll go back down to 7K next month.
Exactly. Like you're slowly kind of, there's ups and downs, but yeah, you'll slowly make your way up. So, yeah.
And like how many cards do you put in like a submission? Like what's like the most cards you can put? 'Cause like
Um,
when you get to like that higher amount of money, like investing into it, like
yeah, I'll like show you my PSA app actually. I'll check this right now. 'Cause I was looking at this the other day. But I had like a 32. I don't know if you can see this, but I had a 32 card submission. And that like that's kind of like what I'd send. Oh, I
that's
had
what you're sending out kind of average, like
yeah,
25, 30.
23 card, 25 card. One time I had a 46 card. So like it was just kind of depends on
Depends on how many good cards you got.
exactly. And also I at one point I was like thinking like, oh, what if I just saved like 100 cards? But I think that's more honestly risky because it could be great. You get a good grader, you get all these tens, but or you just get crushed, right?
Yeah.
So like if you just do 20 cards, you're gonna get the tens that you are gonna get, and then you might get some nines. But like at least you
Mhm.
know it's more guaranteed, I guess.
It's not like a full risk. Like it's not going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I know what you mean. Right?
Yeah.
Like you'd rather lose out on say 4 tens than 20.
Yeah, yeah, you got it for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's smart. Because that's like kind of what I'm doing this summer is like this first submission is going to be like it's small. Like it'll be probably around 1,200 I put into it.
Yep.
And then, but I'm working a full-time job, like a full-time job in the summer, and I'm like cutting lawns, doing some landscaping with my friends, and I might do
I
car
see.
detailing as well.
I
So
see.
end of the summer, I'll probably have around like 12 grand just from that.
Solid. Yep.
And then I'm just going to try and invest like a lot of that from there.
Yeah, because that was like me. Because last summer I was I actually worked landscaping too, and at a golf course. So I was doing
Mhm.
that while I was actually doing cards, and then obviously I still worked at the golf course for a little bit in like September, October, and it's not that hard to balance. Like it's just on your phone.
No, because it's not that much. Like
It's really not like you just kind of if it's not
it's
bad.
just messaging guys on Facebook, basically,
Exactly. Like it's so
making
easy to
deals with their cards.
multitask. It's not like you have
Oh
your
yeah.
own, like schedule. So yep. What else is there?
But
I'm trying to look at my old submissions here.
have you ever like not like profited from a
I
like a
guess okay, so there actually has been one time and it was a one card submission. I sent in a Bedard Future Watch Auto and
uh,
I actually got crushed. I got an 8. So, but I kind of knew it was like not gonna 10. I was hoping for a 9
mhm,
actually. And
yeah.
because he just came out his like card and then everyone was
Mhm.
sending it out and a PSA 9 you could
So you're
actually
trying to get a quick one.
exactly, yeah. So that's one time I had to kind of eat a loss. It wasn't that bad. And it was like 50 or $100 after everything because I still got it for
But
good.
other than that, say like you're like kind of like mass grading
Like
ones
the
that you send in. You
20
never,
card bulk.
yeah,
No, I think I made money every time. I'm straight up
like
money.
maybe on a ton, say one time or two times,
I
but
think, yeah, there's been definitely times where it's not been like a grand like I probably made like $400, $500 on like a bad submission, which is kind of like
mhm,
still really good, right?
yeah.
But there was, I think,
Well, it depends where you're at too. Like if you're
yeah,
investing, like say you're putting 10 grand into it on cards, you'll profit like at least like if you like because there's the cards like double in value, bro.
yeah, exactly.
I am.
And like if you think about it too, like at the start, obviously, I was I was submitting like probably like I was still submitting like $20 to $50 cards, right? And then as I progressed to the $100 five like Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, it's like then there's more profit to be made. So
Yeah,
easier to make money on a submission than if you're just sending $20 cards that you're hoping to get a 10. If you don't, you lose. So yeah, that's kind of a way to look at it too.
yeah, for sure. No, I don't know. Like kind of where I'm at, like what I'm bought so far. I've got like six or seven Michkovs, which they go up in value quite a bit. Like, and it's like a mid value card, but it's like PSA 10, so like $500.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
I'm
a
buying it for 70.
yeah.
I've got a couple Stutzels that I think could do good. You buy them for 25, and they're like going for 140, so I don't think that's bad either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah, that's good because especially if you're already getting like Michkovs and like Celebrinis, Stutzels, like those are great cards because a PSA 10 is not even just triple. It's like yeah, like 6x.
Yeah, I know.
So
That's what I mean. Like this card's gonna like this shipment obviously is gonna be like it's gonna be my smallest one because it's my first one or whatever.
yeah, but
But then like after this, after this shipment since I'll be making a good amount of money in the summer. I'll be able to go for the high end ones. I'll probably be going right up to like the celebrities and stuff just because it's so much more worth it.
yeah, for sure. If you think about it this way too, like you'll get the submission done, and then once you get all those cards back, you sell them, razz them, however you will help you do that, obviously. And then as soon as you get all that money, you're gonna just throw that right back in, and this next submission
Mhm.
is even gonna be bigger. Like you're gonna be going for bigger plays, and it kind of just like that's how you ramp up with the cricketing, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah,
if you do that for 12 months, you should be able to wrap it up quite a bit.
yeah.
How long does it take for you average to send them in?
to get like a submission.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, it kind of depends on the month. Like if I went to like maybe a 2 card shows, then it just a couple weeks because it's so easy to find cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it honestly just depends because like sometimes you'll come back from a card show and it's like, I thought this was mint at the card show, but it's actually having second guesses. So it just depends actually how strict I want to be on that submission too. I would say like
Yeah.
a couple weeks to, yeah, just a couple of weeks. Sometimes
But then, like, say, like, when you send one in, how long does it take to get back to you?
so my
Like,
last PSA Canada submission, I sent it out in April. I got it. I think it was early April, and I got it like mid-May. So it was like a month and a half.
month and a half. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. So
That's not bad at all.
yeah,
But that's the thing, like, when you're, say, like, you got something else on the side, like, when you've sent all the cards, you can still, like, in the downtime, you can buy the other ones and kind of be like a continuous cycle.
Oh, like wait, say that again. Like, what's your question? Like,
So, like, say you have like other ways of income or whatever, and
what?
like I send my first submission in July 1st, and I start making however much, I don't know, say like $2,000 every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
During that time, I could still be buying cards, and once the one comes back, I can send another one in by then.
yeah, exactly.
Like, obviously, wait till they come back. Like, that could be
Oh,
kind
so
of
okay, so wait till they come back, and
yeah.
then okay,
See if you can crack any, and then
yeah, I've actually been there too. I think a couple times where I actually wanted to see what I would get, and then add maybe a 9 that I thought should have been a 10 to see
Yeah.
what I want to. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing to do.
Is that a common thing you do? Is like wait, like get the nines back, like see, and you like I think there's nothing wrong with this, and you send it
Yeah,
back.
I've done it probably more times than I shouldn't, but that's just the way I like to do it because I don't know, maybe it's a little bit of
You
a
already have it in your hands, right? And you're like, well, I can buy a card for the same quality, but like,
yeah.
what's the point? You have
I
one.
don't think
Oh, I
Zeph
get
does
that.
it as much, but like I've definitely took him like I think I even got like couple Matthews 9s, and I was like pissed, and I was like, you know what, I'm just resend these, and then one gets a 10. I'm like, there we go. So
That's all you need. That's the thing. You only need so many to hit.
yeah,
But
I think you got 2 more minutes on the call, but if there's any more questions, let me know.
no, that's all I got, man. That's good.
All right, everyone else good? All right, okay. So take care. Any
And then have a good one.
yeah. For the next call, I think we're going like Friday or something, but I'll text the.
Yeah, that's all good.
All right, okay. See you boys.
Yeah.